Stunner. Alright guys, what we're doing now is we got all the repairs done as far as the AC hose assembly, the clutch, and the pulley. Right now, before we add refrigerant to it, we have to do a vacuum pull. And a vacuum pull basically is pulling out the air and moisture that's inside the system, so it doesn't cause any leaks in the future. You want to make sure the system is completely free of that. So what you're going to need is a vacuum pump to do that. Now you can buy one of these yourself. It's going to cost you over $100, or you can just go to like Discount or AutoZone. I believe AutoZone rents them out, which is where I rented this one out. Right, and they let you have it, for however long you need it. And you just simply bring it back and they'll refund you your money. Alright, now what you're going to need is you're going to make sure it has peg oil, and you're going to make sure when you add your peg oil, you're going to add the peg oil into here, and you're going to make sure it's filled up to this line right here, because the peg oil keeps the motor lubricated. As you can see, that there is the fan right there that's blowing, and that's the on and off switch right there. Right, what you're going to do is, first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your manifold gauge, right, and you're going to have your lines. You're going to connect your high line and your low line. Now the thing about these lines is you got a high side and a low side. Now one is big and one is small, so you can't mix them up. For my vehicle, this is the low side and this is the high side. Right, and you're going to connect those to your high and low side, and it's already connected to your gauge thing, and you're going to run this yellow line down here to your vacuum pump, and you're going to tighten it here. Now there's two ports, it's the top one and the bottom one. It doesn't matter which one you connect it to. Right, one thing you want to make sure that your fittings are tight and secured, because if they're not, it's not going to be sealed, and you're not going to be able to pull the correct. It's not going to be able to clear your lines out. And what's going to happen is this thing here is going to fog up, and you're going to have smoke coming out of here, which basically means it's still leaking, and it's not a secure line, so it won't do a secure pull. So once you make sure your fittings are tight, as you can see, I got the plumber's tape on there, and these are very tight. Right, so once you make all your connections, now you're ready to turn on your vacuum pump. First thing you're going to turn this on, then you're going to open up your lines. Right, when you open up your lines, it's going to show you your readings. Now my reading is a -60 on the low side, and it's below 0 on the high side. Right, and that's what you want. You want it to be minus the 0. Right, and you're gonna let that run, I say between 30 minutes and an hour. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this off. Right, and then you're gonna go up here and you're going to close your valves. And what happens is it should stay at the 60 on your low and at -0 on your right. -0 on your 60 and -0 on your right. And you're going to let that sit for about 30 minutes. You're going to come back and it should still read that same reading. Right? But just to make sure, you're going to do that again. Right? You're going to turn this on, and you're going to open up your valves. You let it run for another 30 minutes to an hour, and just repeat the process. You're going to close your valves, and you're going to turn this off. And again, it should stay at the same reading. That will know that you have no air in your system. Right. Stay tuned. Stunner. Alright, we let it sit for 30 minutes. We're gonna go back up here and check our reading, and it's still where it was at 60 and -0, right? So what we're gonna do again, like I said, you're gonna turn it back on, and you're gonna run it again. You're gonna open up the valve. And let it run for another 30 minutes. Now the mistake I said earlier was you have to, when you turn it off, you want to make sure you close your valves first and then turn it off here. Okay? When you first start, you turn this on, then you open your valves up. Let it run for 30 minutes, then you go back. After 30 minutes, you close your valves, then you turn it off here. And again, it should stay at whatever reading it was. And as you can see, it didn't move. So that lets us know that we have a free and clear line of air or moisture in the system. Then we can proceed to add our freon. Stay tuned.